hate the public bit of it. I absolutely hate it. It's so stressful. It's so stressful because it's not me that does it. You know, there's an awful lot of people who are involved in this to make this show happen. And I feel a bit of a cheat that it's actually focused on me, really. So I hate that too. I just hate it. It's too alarming for words. In fact, it just makes me sick.
Betty Jackson, the Queen of London Fashion Week.
We always decide on colour first. The colour palette comes first. And we put that, and I'm quite rigid about that, we put that down on paper so that it's a sort of Bible and a reference point, and we can't stray. The main thing is actually fitting in a bit of sort of gold with the blue, which
they look wonderful together, don't they?
Wonderful together, aren't
beautiful.
They? Yeah.
And this fabric is a
sort of silly metallic tarnished gold. It's like a lame, but it's
lovely because it's actually very light, isn't it? It kind of looks stiff.
Yeah, and it just holds its shape,
Yeah.
which is great under all these sort of hard jackets. This collection, I think, is a bit darker, it's a bit stronger. It's more severe lines and a bit more uncompromising, I think. We were looking east, I think. Not really Moroccan, we wanted to take it a bit out of Europe, really. And so that was the frightening bit, because women wear robes and burqas, which we didn't want to do, obviously, but there's sort of wonderful folds and neck details and shapes, and gradually it all came together. This is also an old print that we recoloured and redid. And it's a flower, really. We call it sort of smudge flower, but it was a very old 30s print that we had, that we bought. And I think it looks completely frumpy and rather beautiful because of that.
It's like with the pockets kind of.
Yeah.
It's a floral blouse with the kind of.
Yeah, it looks a bit more modern, doesn't
pockets.
it? Yeah, yeah. And that's the other colourway, which is again a lovely sort of. You know, there's lots of things that drape across you, and then and a bit of a zip. You know, so we'll put that with a green or something.
Oh wow, those are quite fabulous, aren't they?
I know, they're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can see, you know, the sort of harem Islamic Arabic thing, but it's gone now. Do you know what I mean? We try and sort of lose it. We get criticised if we do too much nonsense in a show, and we get criticised if we do things that everybody wants to buy in the show. So it's a sort of no-win situation, really. And all we want to do in the show is convey a mood and a, you know, and a newness and a new proportion, and this is what we were thinking about. So here it is, like it or not. When we start a collection, I don't ever like to panic about what's going to sell. Of course, you know, realistically, we are still alive, and that's because we still sell clothes. So that has to be in the equation. But it's terribly restrictive being given that to do first, I think. It's a balancing act, really. You know, what's going to look great for the little shop up in Hull and what's going to look great on the catwalk. Of course, they're two completely different things.
Do you ever go and see anybody else's shows?
I get invited to quite a lot, but the funny thing is, once you've done yours, you sort of don't want to go and see another one. Beforehand, you never have any time. Afterwards, I couldn't give a shit about anybody else's. Sorry, probably shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I couldn't care less.
So we're here backstage at the Betty Jackson show, Somerset House, and the show's just finished about 2 minutes ago. Worked really, really well on the catwalk. It was very Betty in that it had lots of very modern ideas, but it all looked very elegant, and you could just picture loads of it in your wardrobe, which is the idea. There were lots of things which tied in with other trends which are happening this season, which is always kind of helpful, I think, for a collection. There was this kind of whole long bronze fluid look going on, which really ties in with this kind of liquid mercury idea that was happening in New York last week, and all the clothes, which the shapes, the harem pants and the sort of Bermuda short pieces, which looked quite tricky on the hanger, they all kind of really worked on the catwalk. How do you feel it went today?
I've absolutely no idea because you can't see anything back here, so I really don't know. I would quite like to see the DVD. I think everybody enjoyed it. The girls were very pleased about it and all said lovely things afterwards, and they've all wanted bits, so that's a bit of a clue, isn't it?
How does it feel seeing it all come together in outfits at the last minute?
That's the best bit. That when they're all lined up, you know, all 22 of them, how many? And they're just all in the hair and the makeup, and and they're just standing there. I could stop the whole thing there, and in fact, I'd rather stop the whole thing there. But that's the best thing, because you know, you just get all these little bits and pieces that have actually everybody's worked so hard, and it's all happened and come together like that. It's brilliant. It's just a miracle, really.
And what are you going to go and do now?
Have a drink.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.